All right, you guessed it, back at the woods one more time. So they got the door put on. Got a call the other night from the salesman about the building saying the door was on. So he asked me if I was ready for concrete, and I said, yeah, I'm ready. I just got to get everything cleaned out. So tonight we're going to get as much stuff as we can cleaned out. It's Friday, Friday night here after work. So I plan to be out here on Saturday. Sunday probably not, because they're talking chance of 2 inches of snow, even though we've had 80-degree weather this whole week. So yeah, we're gonna get the scraps and stuff hopefully picked up, loaded up, get that out of here, and then we'll just take a closer look at the garage door. All right, so we can take a quick look at the top of the garage door there. So they did put one of those locks on the door right there. So they had the door locked, and then they must have set it for the grade. So that'd be for the concrete. So I forget what the concrete is, if it's 4 inches or if it's 5. I don't know the bag mix either, if it's 5, 5.5, 6 bag mix, I'm not sure. But I don't know, was this here the last time? I wonder if they put these 2x6s on, if they came out with those. I don't recall, I'd have to look. I think that was added. Maybe not, maybe that was on there. But anyway, so that door is just a non-insulated door or whatever. I don't know, now the more I kind of look at this, I'm thinking maybe we should just finish the whole space. Just finish and insulate the whole thing. I don't know. Maybe that's a crazy thought, but the reason I didn't want to finish all of it, or just finish a small section of it, is I really want that the height of the ceiling here, where you got this big space, I was hoping to, like, you know, put some 2x6s across and maybe make an area where I could store stuff, you know, bulkier stuff that's not real heavy, or seasonal stuff, and that would be a great place to store it. My Morton building, I ended up finishing that whole thing out, so there's ceilings in it, it's completely insulated, which is nice. But then, like, to access the stuff in the attic, it's just a pain, because you just got a, you know, small access through the attic, where this way you could store stuff up high, whether it's like fishing stuff or ice fishing stuff, I guess would be the biggest thing. But, and it's just all that random stuff for bicycles, you know, stuff you don't use during the winter. You could get all that stuff up high and out of the way. So that's kind of my thought. All right, so if you take a look in the truck there, we took all the cardboard, plastic wrap, tarp material, tried to get that at the bottom of the truck, and then just fill up the rest with all cut off pieces and heavier stuff. So there's quite a bit of material left. When I had my Morton building put up, there was nothing left. There was hardly any cutoffs. There was zero waste. Like, everything was pretty much utilized. If you look in the background here, you can see that black sheet, I think, was a cover sheet. Probably this white one too. Those look like they must be 12 feet. I can't even get close to standing those up. And then there's a shorter sheet over there. Like I said, there's still a whole box of screws. We got some smaller pieces here that I'll have to figure out tomorrow. That box is just trash. A lot of trim pieces here, just, you know, useless lengths basically. And then over here, I don't know how many sheets here we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 sheets here that are probably all about the same. So I'm thinking I might build another wood rack with that. It's 2x6s, 2x6s, a treated 2x4, some more tin, and then there's a longer 2x4. Those 2x6s, I'm guessing, are probably about 8. That one's probably close to a 6, shorter 2x4. That's got to be like the ridge, that white piece there, and then that green piece of tin must be 10'6". It looks like that's the height of the building. And then some more trim pieces, which I just stood them up, but I'll probably toss those, and then a short green piece. So my plan was that they'd have at least some tin left to me to make a small wood rack, but looks like there's enough tin left here to make a pretty nice size wood rack. So, and I did mention, I don't know if it was in the latest video or the video before, I talked about picking up like these little tiny like triangle pieces that they'll be peppered all over. So this is what I found so far, but that's what I'm talking about. There's those little tiny triangle pieces that they end up with cut-offs. We found a ton of nails basically in all the corners. They must drop a nail when they're working and they just keep going. Like nails, screws, you name it, everything just gets dropped. So this is definitely what I would say is a bid job. So there isn't a lot of time figured into it. It's pretty much as fast as we can get the building up, the more money we're gonna make because we're spending less time here. So it's a pretty quick install. So overall, the overhead door looks pretty good. Looks like it's a decent quality, not overly thick, but they got it set up where it's opening the whole way, and it looks like we wouldn't have an issue getting a ceiling put in. Opener might be close, but I don't have any plans on putting up an opener, so at this point I'm not going to worry about that. So that's kind of what that looks like. And then like I said, they got it's kind of dark, but the lock box or whatever there to lock everything up. So tomorrow I think we're going to come out and we'll kind of rake stuff out a little bit to flatten everything out. And then we'll look for nails, pick up the remaining trash, and then I want to get the rest of the wood that was taken out of the wood rack. We want to get that reinstalled and get that stuff off the ground, and then we'll go from there, I guess. So other than that, this is kind of just a real quick short update basically about the garage door. Got it in, and then leftover materials. So I don't know, it still just blows my mind how many extra sheets and stuff that there are left. Morton would never have that. So, but I don't know, we'll have to do a comparison at some point of the steel on the and this door is pretty thin, the steel of the tin that they used on this building and the other building. So other than that, that's going to be it for now.